Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Ruth and I create lifestyle and faith-based content. So, story time of how I almost became a side chick. But before that, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please do consider subscribing. All you need to do is click the subscribe button. Also, activate the bell icon so you are notified every time I post a new video. So with that being said, let's jump right into the story time. Grab your tea, grab your juice, grab your popcorn, grab whatever it is, okay? Just get comfortable as you listen to this interesting story. I've been wanting to share this story for a while now, but I kept on procrastinating, and then today I was just like, why not? Let me share it, okay? Content. So yeah, this story happened when I was in uni. I won't say which year, but yeah, when I was in uni, I met this guy, and I'm going to call him James because we're not using real names here, okay? So yeah, I met this guy. We're calling him James, right? So I met James when I was in uni. James was a really good guy. I would see him around campus. Let me just say, I would see him around my department, and so we would talk from time to time. Yeah, we would talk about school, we would talk about church, because apparently he was a church guy and I was also a church girl. Okay, but I don't like calling myself a church girl. I'm just a girl who loves God. So yeah, anyway, we would talk from time to time until one day we exchanged numbers, and from there on we would talk on a daily basis. And guys, I really enjoyed our friendship. Like, this guy was always there for me. When I say always, I mean always. I was so free around him. We would talk, I would share stuff that I'm going through with him and all that stuff. And he was just this caring person. He was always there. He was there emotionally, guys. Like, he was just there for me. So we would talk on a daily basis. James and I became really good friends, okay? James would check up on me all the time, see how I'm doing. And if you've experienced uni life before, you know that it can be hard sometimes. And James was always there. He would check up on me. Oh, have you eaten? I would be overwhelmed with books, assignments, such that at times I would even forget to eat, and James would just be there. Oh, what can I get you? He would bring me food. He was just there, guys. And it reached a point where I would even go out on mini dates in our free time. He would come to my church, I would also go to his church, and it was just great. So it went on and on, maybe like for a month. Yes, we would talk on a day. We got really close, and in a space of 1 month, James then asks me out. He's like, no, I would want to take this to the next level. You're the kind of woman I've been praying for. I want you to be my wife one day. You have all the qualities I want in a wife, in a mother to my kids, and all that stuff. And I'm like, okay. Friends, yes, but relationship, next level, girlfriend, boyfriend, I don't know. So I asked James to give me some time. I'm like, you know what? I really like you. You're a good person, but I would want you to just give me some time to think about it, because I'm one person who will not rush into a relationship. So I'm like, okay, you know what, James? Just give me some time. Let me think about it. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. But in as much as I had asked him to give me some time, James would not really pressure me, but keep on bringing it up, like, I don't want to use the word pressuring. I don't know what word I can use, but James was always there talking about it. Like, are you still thinking about it? I'm really serious about you. And I'll just be there like, you know what? Give me time. And guys, like, I knew what I was doing. Okay, I felt like I still wanted to know him some more, until fast forward, one day I'm like, you know what? Let me just give this thing a try, okay? That was after thinking about it for quite some time, and I'm like, okay. I said to myself, on such and such a day, I'm going to give him the answer he has been waiting for, because I knew for a fact that, even just from how he was talking, like, me being his girlfriend would just make this guy happy. And in as much as that would make him happy, the truth is that I had also fallen for him. You know, I had also felt like, okay, this can work. I fell in love with him as well, and I'm like, you know what, let me just say yes to make it official, because obviously we like each other, it's just not yet official. So the day came, I'm like, okay, now I'm going to tell him. So I called James, and James sounds a little bit off, you know, sounds like he does not want to talk to me and all that stuff. And I'm like, this is so unusual, this is unlike James, because in most cases, or let me just say all the time, when I'm talking to James, he'll be happy, you know, like you can even tell that, okay, this person really couldn't wait to talk to me because of how the conversation is going. But that day, the conversation was just, though it was just, you know, it was awkward. Like there was this awkward silence, like it's like I was talking to myself, and he sounded like he was with someone and he did not really want that person to hear the conversation. Because guys, like even when we were talking, he was, you know, like hi, like almost whispering, and I'm like, what's going on? Are you with someone? Because you sound like you're with someone, and maybe you don't want that person to know that you are talking to me or something. Mind you, James lives alone. And then he goes like, yes, I'm with someone. And in my mind, I'm like, who could that be? And then I ask him, is it a girl? And then he goes like, yes. To be honest, I didn't expect that answer, but he said yes. So I look at the time, guys, it's like 11 p.m. with a girl in his house. Like, what are they doing? I was so like confused. And then because I could tell that he's not comfortable talking at that time, I'm like, you know what, let's just talk tomorrow. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. So I'm thinking, what's going on? Like, I was so confused. Okay, this is somebody who's been telling me how much he loves me, how much he wants to start a relationship with me and all that stuff, and then I just figure out that he's with some other woman in the night at his place. And then, you know, I kept on telling myself, okay, maybe it's the cousin, maybe it's the sister, or maybe it's just a friend. But then again, deep down my heart, I'm like, there should be more to this. That person should be more than just a friend, from how he was talking. So fast forward to evening. Okay, evening came, and I'm like, you know what, this is not something we can talk about on the phone. I think I should meet this person. So I call him, and I'm like, 4 p.m, bro, we have to meet, we have to talk, you have to tell me what's going on. And he agreed to that. So I went and met him. I'm like, what's going on? I called you last night and blah blah blah. And then he's talking, but what he's saying is not really making sense. Okay, I asked him to say, is that your girlfriend? Like, who are you with? And he's just like, no, yes, I was with someone, you know, I've been wanting to tell you. I'm like, bro, speak. Like, can you make sense? Like, I'm not getting what you are saying. So he just goes directly and tells me, I have a girlfriend. I'm like, so you have a girlfriend, but you've been asking me out for like over a month. You've been asking me out, you've been, you know, pestering me about being your girlfriend, telling me how much you love me and all that stuff, and now you're telling me you've got a girlfriend. Like, make that make sense. And at that moment, guys, I was so upset. I'm like, you know what, bye. And that was how I went back to my boarding house. But still more, I needed closure. Like, I just couldn't believe what was going on. Like, I really needed to understand what was happening. So I went back home and then arranged for another meeting. This time around, I was calm. I had just, you know, I was willing to have a conversation, a normal conversation, because the previous time I was so mad at him. So we met again the following day, and he begins to explain to me. He's like, okay, so I've got a girlfriend, but the thing is, I thought that he was cheating on me, and you know, I felt like she was cheating on me, so I decided to move on. And I'm like, you decided to move on without, do you have the evidence? How do you know that she was cheating on you? And it's just like, we stopped communicating as much, and he just said some things which again didn't really make sense to me. And I'm like, okay, so what now? Like, what next? And then he's like, no, is my girlfriend, it was just a misunderstanding, I thought she was cheating, and now we are back together. And apparently after talking about it, I discovered that I even know the girl, okay? And James knew that I know the girl, okay? So to cut a long story short, after having that closure and everything, we both moved on, happy relationship. I also moved on eventually. Fast forward, I also found my person. And yeah, the point of this story is that do not make decisions based on assumptions, okay? Because James just assumed that he was cheating, and he decides to make a decision out of that, okay? He decides to say, okay, because she's cheating on me, without proof, without evidence, because she's cheating on me, I'm going to move on to another relationship. Okay, I'm going to say he was trying to cheat back or something, but after hearing his story and also side of the story, I realized that truly he thought she was cheating, and he was going to end that relationship. The relationship was shaking, was almost breaking before he met me and decided to ask me out and all that stuff. But guys, do not make decisions based on assumptions, okay? I feel like, in hindsight, I feel James should have gotten the clarity first, get the evidence, get the facts first before moving on. And then the other lesson from this story, I would say, is just don't lead another person on. Like, do not bring in another person in your life just to make them an alternative or something like that, okay, to say, if my relationship doesn't work, I'm going to make it work with this person. People do that, and to some extent people have normalized this side chick thing. But from my point of view, actually from a biblical point of view, as a Christian, the Christian in me has refused to normalize side chicks, okay, side girls, side guys. I just feel it's wrong in every way. So yeah, do not play with somebody's feelings like that, stringing them along, leading them on just because you want that that plan B, that backup, that alternative to say, if my relationship with this person doesn't work, I'm going to have this one. Guys, do not play with a person's heart like that, okay? So yeah, with that being said, guys, we've come to the end of the video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you want more of such videos, feel free to leave a comment. You guys rarely comment on my videos, guys. Please, let's interact, okay? I also like getting feedback from you on my content. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.